This is a Rugby Resources Limited presentation. I will be talking today about the Cobrasco project, Rugby's new and exciting copper discovery in Colombia. I encourage you to go to our website to learn more about our disclosure. I will be giving you a summary presentation, and you should visit our website for more detailed technical information. I will be citing results, and likely be making some comments that are forward-looking in nature. So, before you make an investment decision in Rugby, please review our website for more complete information. Links will be provided below. Okay, so, who are we? We are an experienced group of mineral explorers with an impressive track record of discoveries and asset sales. We are listed on the Toronto Stock Exchange Venture, and our ticker symbol is easy to remember. RUG. We are a junior mineral resource company, with an exciting portfolio of projects, led by our flagship project, the Cobrasco copper, molybdenum discovery in Colombia. The Cobrasco property is 100% owned by Rugby. We have all necessary community agreements, and permits needed for exploration, including drilling on the project. And, most importantly, we have just made an exciting copper discovery of potentially world-class significance. Okay, so, why look at Rugby as a potential investment opportunity? Cobrasco is simply an impressive copper project, and the value of which is very likely to be reflected in news events going forward. How many projects have you ever heard of where a discovery was made on the first drill hole? Very few. This is a rare and an impressive achievement. We have only drilled 2,283 meters to date at Cobrasco. That consists of 2.5 drill holes, drilled from only 2 drill platforms. All 3 drill holes have intersected significant copper mineralization. This is important because it demonstrates the scope of the Cobrasco target, particularly as the longest drill hole intersected copper mineralization 1 kilometer downhole. Various methods of exploration, including geophysics, airborne magnetic surveys, and soil geochemistry, indicate the copper porphyry system at Cobrasco is very large. In fact, we believe the target area to be more than 3 square kilometers in size. So, to put it in perspective, we have had a 100% mineralization hit rate with our drilling so far, and the copper mineralization remains open in all directions and at depth. So, in short, there is outstanding upside for Rugby's copper discovery. Oh, and here is some icing for the cake. We recently discovered a new zone on the property, 2 kilometers east of our drill area. Never before visited, our team encountered evidence of a whole new target area, including copper at surface. Just look at these spectacular-looking rocks on the right-hand side. It is just the beginning, so naturally our team is excited for the potential for additional drill targets on the property. Okay, here is the discovery hole, drill hole 1. Just take a look at this impressive drill core. You can clearly see the copper minerals, blue bornite, and the gold color of chalcopyrite. And let's zoom in on some of the highlights from the discovery hole. 82 meters of 0.9% copper, and 199 ppm molybdenum. This is within a broad intercept of 808 meters of 0.42% copper, and 79 ppm molybdenum. This hole was not shallow, it finished at 1,036 meters downhole to demonstrate the scope of the target. Okay, now let's look at drill hole 2. We followed our discovery hole with another broad intercept of copper mineralization. Take a look at this. 172 meters of 0.74% copper and 78 ppm molybdenum. And this is within a broad intercept of 754 meters of 0.46% copper and 76 ppm molybdenum. The drill encountered difficult conditions at the bottom of this hole, so we moved on to drill hole 3. Drill hole 3, Rugby hits copper mineralization again. We drilled 300 meters of a planned 1,300 meter drill hole before pausing the program. Take a look at this drill core. We have an interval from 298 meters to about 300 meters when the hole was paused. It is high grade, grading 2.69% copper, 151 ppm molybdenum and 7.3 ppm silver. Although this hole is only partially drilled, it shows we are onto something very significant. The results speak for themselves. Okay, to put this in perspective, Rugby Resources has a significant copper porphyry discovery at a time when copper has become harder and harder to find. We are only in the early stages of the discovery process, as we have drilled only a small part of a very large target. The Cobrasco copper system is open in all directions and at depth. Projects of this size generally require tens of thousands of meters of drilling to demonstrate the size and economics. This should make Rugby an impressive growth story at a time when world copper demand is set to transform. For more information on the importance of copper and copper porphyries, please enjoy this short video presentation. Copper is one of the most important metals for infrastructure around the globe, and its demand is on the rise. In 1980, less than 8 million tons were produced globally, a figure that doubled by 2019. A recent World Bank report suggests that demand for copper could increase tenfold by 2050 as the world moves towards a low-carbon future. Reasons for the increase in demand include greater use of electronic products, the development of infrastructure for renewable energy generation, such as wind turbines and solar panels, and the integration of electric vehicles that use up to 380% more copper than vehicles with internal combustion engines. More than 65% of the world's copper production comes from porphyry deposits, which are characterized by high tonnage but low copper contents and can generally remain in production for a long time. But how do we find more deposits to meet future demands? For starters, geologists understand that the Earth's crust is made up of a series of tectonic plates that interact with each other as they collide, separate or slide past each other. Where these plates collide, a process called subduction takes place, whereby one plate sinks under the edge of the other. As the subducted plate heats up at depth, partial melting occurs. In other words, residual water within the rock helps the light elements melt, become buoyant, and rise toward the crust, forming mountains called volcanic arcs. Porphyry deposits are part of this partial melting process. A large magma chamber forms in the middle and upper crustal levels. Intrusions and pyric fluids are expelled from this magma chamber and pass to the surface through fractures in the rock to form a core of porphyry intrusion and potassic hydrothermal alteration, which is characterized by the presence of the minerals potassic feldspar and biotite. Outside of this potassic core is a propylitic hydrothermal alteration halo defined by a green coloration of the rock from the epidote, chlorite, calcite, and albite mineral assemblage. Upward migration of residual acid fluids results in the formation of the phyllic zone defined by muscovite minerals, also called aerosite, quartz, and pyrite. Finally, as acidic steam rises to the surface, alteration of minerals in the rocks converts them to clays, forming argillic alteration. Mineralization occurs primarily within the potassic core and the overlying phyllic zone. Copper minerals, such as chalcopyrite, bornite, and chalcocite, are found along with molybdenite in veins and distributed or disseminated in the host rock. These alterations and mineral assemblages are a guide for geologists exploring the subsurface to find these porphyry-type deposits. Explorers can use mapping techniques and then drilling to define the mineral resource or the amount of copper. In Colombia, copper resources are found mainly in a belt of rocks known as the Monte Batholith, located in the Western Cordillera. Rugby's Colombia's copper project, called Cobrasco, is located within this rock belt just 38 kilometers northwest of Quibdó, the provincial capital of Chaco. Okay, so now you know a little about the Cobrasco discovery. Why did we choose Colombia? Well, take a look at this map on the right. Copper discoveries have been made all throughout South America, except in Colombia. There seems to be a discovery gap. Why is that? Well, Colombia has gone through a volatile period of armed conflict for over 50 years. But in 2016, we saw a historic peace deal signed by President Santos. Since then, much of the country has transformed. Security has improved. Tourism has skyrocketed, and infrastructure projects are creating zones of economic growth. The government has been very supportive of copper, and has committed to a green energy transformation. Colombia has the right geology, and we believe it will be the new copper frontier similar to what is taking place in Ecuador. The Cobrasco project is located in Chaco province, on the western side of the country. Chaco has a long history of alluvial gold and platinum mining but not hard rock mining. And in our particular case, the community has a history of mining and are being supportive of our exploration process. Okay. Now a little more to remind you of the opportunity. The style of mineralization we have drilled to date is almost entirely bornite with chalcopyrite. Bornite is the blue mineral that has a particularly high copper content. Here is a great example. Take a look at this drill core photo below, showing the mineralization in drill hole 1. Such mineralization suggests we are nowhere near the edge of the system. So what's next at Cobrasco? Cobrasco will require significant drilling. And to accomplish that, we need a major industry partner. Rugby management is currently evaluating options to secure both financial and technical support to advance our project. With that in hand, our first goal will be to launch into our second drilling campaign at Cobrasco. We will resume drill hole 3 to its target depth of 1,300 meters. This will give us valuable information on the depth of the system. We can then step out laterally. We prefer to have 2 drill rigs running during our second campaign to maximize output, efficiencies, and news flow for our shareholders. And in the meanwhile, our technical teams are busy planning campaigns in frontier areas of the property. Okay, I'm sure you would like to learn more. All of our technical information and releases can be found on our website, www.rugbyresourcesltd.com. Again, we are a publicly listed company on the Toronto Stock Exchange Venture, with ticker symbol RUG. You could also visit our social pages, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Twitter, which is now the new X. Please find us and follow us, and contact us if you have any additional questions. Thanks for watching.